What's up, guys? Welcome to Straight Up, a brand new talk show here on the Buzzy Parish Community College campus, where we give students a chance to be straight up on a number of topics. I'm your host, Calvin Hamilton. On today's show, we have a very special edition of it. It's about bullying, something very close to my heart. Now, Webster Dictionary defines bullying as someone who is habitually cruel to others who are weaker. Over 3.2 million students are victims of bullying each year. Now, today, we have our 4 student panelists to give us their opinions on everything bullying. Start off with Brandon. Brandon, tell us what your name is and what you're studying here at Buzzy.
Hello, my name is Brandon Fountain, and I study in sound recording.
All right, and then Jill.
Hi, I'm Jill Harper, and I'm studying broadcasting.
And Christina.
I'm Christina Davis, and I'm studying radio broadcasting.
And of course, Finch.
Oh, hey, I'm Finch, and I'm studying film.
All right. All right, guys, this is how the show goes. We will answer the questions from YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for today's subject for the panelists to answer. They have about 3 minutes to give their views on the questions at hand. After that, the question will be asked and so forth. There's only one rule to the show, is that all your answers have to be
Straight up!
All right, guys, you understand the rules?
Yeah, we got it.
All right, let's get started. Let's get started with our first question.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and do you think that bullying is being addressed enough in public schools?
All right. Jeremy asks, do you think bullying is addressed enough in public schools? Schools in general, actually.
Well, I don't know. Really, I think they're not, man. I mean, when it comes to school, most of the kids, they are scared anyway. They say, because in middle school, you're more afraid of the other students than the teachers. I mean, because you're with them 24/7. They address it more, but it's still on the base of the mind of the little kid themselves. They tell the teacher. Friends, how many times have you told the teacher when you got bullied or whenever? If you got bullied.
No, man, snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches, man. Snitches get
But I mean, it's a
stitches.
serious subject.
I thought I had one opinion about it, but now that I'm here, I think I've got kind of like a different one. You think about it, when it comes down to a bullying situation, it almost turns into, when it hits an adult at a certain level, a lot of times doesn't it become he said, she said sort of a deal?
Right.
You know, he did this or they did that, and then they're like, no, they did this, so I did that. So,
And then let me tell you, it's something else. It's different from their time and age. Our time is different when it comes to bullying because we have all types of bullying now, and they really don't know how they go through it. I mean, they're not with them 24/7.
But I mean, these teachers, let's face it, these teachers at schools, they spend more time, let's face it, with the students than the parents actually do. Given on weekends, but these teachers see the students every day. How can these teachers help prevent bullying, and how can it be addressed?
And there's the thing, I personally think they do address it enough, but no one actually acts on it. Because you'll have a situation to where, okay, my nephew's in 2nd grade, a kid hit him in the face with the swing. He went and he told the teacher, and the teacher said, you're telling him too much, and she told him to go back out and play. So they're talking about it, and they tell you what to do. It's just the people who are in charge aren't doing anything about it because they say you have soft skin and you should just get over it.
Oh, you broke your leg walking along.
Yeah,
Also,
you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just walk.
Sometimes things that, you know, as little, not necessarily little kids, but like middle schoolers and high schoolers, you know, I remember having my feelings hurt because somebody said something mean about me or to me, and I would tell a teacher, and it would be like, well, I mean, what am I supposed to do about it? You know, like, it's not as important to the teacher or to, like, the person that you tell because it didn't happen to them,
Right.
and it didn't hurt their feelings, so it's like, well, okay, well, I mean, she said you were ugly, what do you, I mean, you know, like, it's just one of those things where since it didn't happen to them, they don't really know what to do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we'll ask you guys a question. Now that we all know what happened in Connecticut, and which is a sad tragedy that those kids got harmed or actually killed in Connecticut. Now people are taking more security cautions in classrooms. Do you think that putting cameras in the classrooms will help prevent bullying and kind of help aid teachers to see what's going on in classes where they can't see it sitting at a desk?
None of it's going to matter if they don't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's
But
the
now
main
you have the
thing.
actual proof now. Will this help aid the teachers at all?
You're telling me they're going to record, how long's the school day, 8 hours?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
You're going to record 8 hours and somebody's going to go back and watch it?
not necessarily.
I'm assuming only if a kid says, well, he jab me in my side with a pencil or something. I mean,
Right.
that's when you go back.
I worked at a daycare for 3 years, and they film us all the time, forever. Like, the camera rolls and rolls and rolls, and they only looked at it when a parent was like, this is what happened, this is what my child told me happened, so can we go back and look and see if that really is what happened? So it's not necessarily that somebody's going to sit there and monitor the tapes the whole time, but if something does happen and someone said, you know, little Johnny stuck a pin in my side, you know, you can go back and see it and be like, okay, that really did happen, you know, like.
I'm kind of a fiction. That's a lot of filming to sit there and watch the whole day. But like I said, if we can make that one solution better, I mean, wouldn't that be great? Or just to have the camera rolling throughout the day?
It's ideal. You know, because you think of a teacher in a class full of 20 kids, you can't catch everything that happens.
But are you going to catch everything that happens if there's one camera there? You're not going to catch everything that happens.
That's the thing. That's a lot of money.
There's always a way around it in the bathroom or something. Something's
that's what I'm saying. Being with them, they're not with them 24/7. They go to the restroom for a break. You know, you got what's that thing you used to go outside? I mean, recess. Man, I'll tell you, hey, they took our
What was
recess
that
away
one
from
time?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with it. Like, I think that they should put cameras in the classrooms because I do think it helps. And like I said, not necessarily somebody has to be behind the camera the whole time watching it. It's if something happens. Because I know that, you know, if something happened to me and somebody was like, that's bogus, I don't believe you, I would love to have the proof behind it to know that that really did happen, you know. Or if something happened to my child, I mean, I don't have kids, but if I did and something happened to my child and they told me that something happened to them, I would honestly want to believe my child.
Right.
But I'd also want proof too, you know, like.
Yeah, I understand that. All right, guys, let's jump into our next question. Rose.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline. How do you feel about cyberbullying?
Now, how do you guys feel about cyberbullying? This is a big one. How do you feel about cyberbullying? It's something that it's out there. You can't face it. It's out there.
I think that's the dumbest thing in the world.
But why is it? Like, how do you prevent it? And like,
you can't because it's the internet. I mean, if it's on there, it's there forever.
You can and you can't.
But I don't know how people let it really get to them.
Yeah, I'm saying you can prevent it, but you also can't. I mean, because you know you got blocks. You got a way to block people now, and most of like Facebook and everything. You add friends before, you know, you have to add them before they be able to write things or message you.
I've always had a rule, and this is just me personally, but like I don't add people that I don't know, that I've not met face to face. I will not add you on Facebook because I feel like that is dangerous and that.
Aren't you usually bullied by somebody that you do know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I don't add people that I don't know.
I was just saying, you know, if like, Big Sarah bullies you, you're not gonna add her on Facebook.
I don't add people I don't like because, you know, I don't want them knowing what I'm doing.
You're right. Like, people are bullied by their friends, and you can also block them at the same time. You can avoid them. Like, I just feel like, and I don't know.
I don't know. When I first went to college, the big thing was Facebook. And that was back in 2005. You had to have a college account, like a college email account. Mm-hmm. You could not talk to anybody from another university. You only connected with the people in your college. Now it's gotten to the point where you can be 13, 14 years old and you just have to have any random email.
Right.
You know, that's a little ridiculous. You know, you're introducing social networking to a group of kids that don't understand that it's a public forum, that everything you do is basically recorded on a little chip. You know, you might say, oh, I hate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches today, and in 20 years from now, they'll be able to pull out that information. So you have kids that, one, don't know how to use this tool, Facebook, and now, you know, you have kids at that age that are immature. They get bullied at home. I mean, not at home. They get bullied at school. They're sent text messages left and right talking about, oh, you're ugly, or oh, you're fat.
Yeah, I know a five-year-old that know how to use Facebook.
There's a 5-year-old that knows how to use Facebook.
Okay.
And then, like, when you leave school, it doesn't stop. Text messages come. Right. Facebook messages come. And I think that Facebook should have just stayed with, hey, college, and that's it.
Yeah.
But see, Facebook isn't your only form of cyberbullying.
Yeah,
Most people, Facebook doesn't even bother a lot of people. It's when you just so happen to Google your name and you see a picture of yourself on images that someone's manipulated and made look like you. That's when the cyberbullying really gets mad, because Facebook is easy enough to just say, okay, delete and block.
Instagram.
Okay, well, one quick question, okay? I'm with you on the whole thing about a maturity level. Now, it used to be a college website. Now, think about it. Some people in college are kind of immature. How would you do with those people who have the access to the college Facebook? What do you do to prevent them at the supposed mature level? Like, how would you prevent that then, Mike?
Just block.
I mean, not necessarily being immature, but like I know that I'm 20 years old and in college, and somebody can say something mean to me and it would still hurt my feelings. So, and I get like people who are immature and the people who are saying that stuff, like I don't know how to prevent that, but I know that it's not necessarily like being immature that makes it. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Some people are just mean.
Right,
Blank period.
right.
That's it.
I
People are
mean-
mean.
And I'm not, I mean, like, I'm not suicidal. Like, I would never consider suicide, but I mean, like, it's just the fact that somebody could say something mean about me and I would be like, that really upset me, And I mean, even as adults, you can't go around and say, I just don't get why, I don't know, anybody would do something that they wouldn't want done to themselves.
I have people that are on my friends list that are 35 years old, and they'll say something incredulously stupid on one of my posts. And I remember blocking the guy, and he texted me like, man, why did you defriend me? Why did you block me? And it's like, well, because you were stupid. And if you don't, you should be able to reach a certain age where you should understand that your actions have consequences.
Right.
All right. Well, that's pretty deep right there. All right, let's get to our third question.
Hi, I'm William Bryan, and what do you think are the major reasons why people bully other people?
All right. It says, what do you think the main issue is why other people bully other people?
Once again,
Haters.
people are just mean.
People are insecure.
It's not always
Is there
insecurity.
like a
A big
particular-
time, it's insecurity, or maybe your home life is bad or something else, and you're just trying to make up for it. But most cases, people are just mean because they can be, and it's not a matter of parents or anything. Because I've been in schools where the parents were called in because their kid was bullying somebody, and the parents just lost their minds over it, and they couldn't understand that their child, who's nice to everybody normally, would just randomly pick this one person to pick on. So I mean, it's a decision. Somebody wakes up and says one day, she's smaller than me, I'm gonna punch her in the back of the head.
But outside of that, is there any kind of other motive that would make a child or a person become a bully or somebody that's real hateful and spiteful? They want to belittle somebody and make them basically weak.
Is picking on you or bullying you doesn't make you weak.
Right.
Yeah.
If anything else, I would say it's the other way around. The one
Makes
that's-
them weak, yes.
The one that's bullying and
Exactly.
the one that's picking on
Right.
someone, that makes them weak.
Right.
The person that's able to hold their chin up high and keep, some people say brush it off, and sometimes it's harder to do that. But I think the person that's able to do that is definitely the stronger person.
Exactly.
Because if you resort back to what they're doing in retaliation, aren't you sinking down to their level?
Yeah, they live.
I mean, and a lot of it is jealousy. Like, I remember in the 7th grade, I told some girl her shoes were ugly because I wanted them, and I thought they were really cute. And I was
Jill.
like, you have really ugly shoes.
Wow.
Wow.
Like,
You
I
would
mean,
never would have
Wow.
guessed.
Personally, I'm just saying, like, personal example, I was jealous of her shoes. So I told her they were ugly, like.
I tell Jill all the time I hate her hair, but that's really because
I love Jill's hair.
Let's get real.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love Christina's hair. Christina look bad.
My hair changes a lot.
You guys, all you guys look great. But let me ask you a question. I mean, okay, let's get serious. Now, this is, you can be honest. It's called straight up. I want you to be straight up. Have you guys ever been the bully? Once before in life, you can just answer it one time. And you just.
I don't like to think that I'm a bully. I
Right.
pick on people, and a lot of times I pick on people that I like.
Right.
If I'm not picking on you, I genuinely don't like you. But, that's just kind of a.
You must
I
really
know that's
like me.
weird.
You must really like me a lot.
Oh, let's not get started.
I think Jill and Fitch have a little beef going on, I guess, or something like that.
We have a
but
really, really strict love-hate relationship.
It's all
so,
good.
whatever.
It's all good. All right, guys, stick with us. We on the coming up next is we have more of your straight up questions and more straight up answers right after this. All right, guys, welcome back to Straight Up. Once again, I'm your host, Calvin Hamilton. Today's show is the subject of bullying. If you missed it already, we have some interesting questions and answers, and also we have our student panelists. We have Finch, Christina, new faces, Jill, and Brandon. All right, guys. Now, before we get to our next question, let's talk about something we just kind of touched up before the commercial break. Now, let me ask you a question: is bullying and picking on someone the same thing, or nitpicking the same thing?
I feel like there's definitely a line. There's definitely a line between picking on someone, and it depends on your definition of picking on someone. Like picking on someone.
Did you just rewind?
I couldn't gather my words.
Picking.
Exactly.
Definition right there.
Definition of picking, because you can also pick on someone in a bullying manner, and you can also pick on somebody as a friend.
Right.
But as long as we're talking about as friends, there's a definite line between picking on someone and bullying. And you just have to know where that line is, and you have to be conscious enough to not cross that line.
Okay.
Because if you do, then, I mean, like I said, it's two different things.
There's so you and Finch, as we can see, kind of have like an outside relationship. I thought it straight up.
Well, don't say outside.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like you guys are friends, and you know each other as friends. Now,
I know everybody here is a friend.
Yeah, everybody, but y'all joke around a lot. Now, how would you take it if he kind of took it a little too far? Like, how would you react to it? And we know that he would never take it too far, but like, how would you?
I mean, honestly, though there has been there have been times when he's been joking with me and he's made comments where it really did kind of hurt my feelings, but I didn't really let it show because I mean, he's one of my best friends, right?
Right.
So, and I know that he wouldn't mean to hurt my feelings, but a lot of times you really do need to be conscious of what you say to certain people.
All right. Now, let me quick question, fellas. It's for the fellas, for you guys.
Boo.
Is it that we joke around too much,
Ooh,
or is it girls are just too sensitive?
So tell the truth. Tell the truth, man. Tell the truth.
You can't have a yin without the yang.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm one of those, you can't take life too seriously. There are times where you have to be serious, but me personally, I like to joke around because I hope that makes other people around me feel better.
Comfortable.
Yeah,
Yes.
you just try to live in the moment.
All right, and before we get to the next question, all right, ladies, how do we figure out when to joke and not to joke? Because you guys can agree with me, that's confusing.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, we're females, and I mean, even I don't understand me a lot of the time. But
Thank God.
Yeah, at least you tell the truth.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna be honest here. I know that I am complex, and I'm just complicated, as personally. But a lot of times, you just can't. Like, if you're gonna snap, if we're gonna snap, we're gonna snap, and we're gonna get mad, and it's just gonna be. There's no warning. There's not like. But at the same time, if we're obviously having a really, really bad day, don't try to pick on us. And I know, and Finch is, listen.
Hold on.
But
Okay, go ahead.
Finch, one of my very best friends, I said, a lot of times will try to not necessarily pick on me, but try to make me laugh after after he knows that I've had a really bad day, and that sometimes is not the right thing to do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. We all know what catfishing is, don't we? Mm-hmm. Do we not know what catfishing is, everybody? You know what catfishing is?
Oh, yeah.
Catfishing?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, for you guys who do not know what catfishing is out there, it is something that involves online dating. The person on the other end is not who they say they are. Example, Notre Dame's Manti Te'o. Now, our next question comes from our Facebook page from Elizabeth, and she asks, is catfishing a part of bullying? That's a hard one, I don't know. It's
That's
a tough
a good
one.
one.
It depends on the situation, I guess.
We all know what catfishing is. It's fake people pretending to be somebody.
It depends on how it works, because some people do it out of boredom and they're not intending to hurt you. It's just some random girl decides to get online and is saying, okay, I'm this guy, and if you happen to like that guy, it's kind of unintentional in a way, because they were just joking around and you were the one who liked him. But then you have situations like going back to high school to where a girl who is picked on and nobody talks to, and then you have the girl who picks on her every day, pretending to be someone, like hacking the guy that she has a crush on, pretending to be him, asking her out somewhere. That's when it turns to bullying. I was like, see, if you know that person, it makes it a little bit more personal, which makes it into a bullying thing. But if you're in Australia somewhere and you make up a random account and a girl in Louisiana finds it,
I feel like even in that situation though, you can tell if I make up a random site and I have some person that's trying to, or not necessarily trying to be, or we get more intimate via Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and I can tell that this is happening. If I continue to carry it on, then that would in a way be bullying because that person gets their feelings hurt in the end anyway.
All right, Fitz, you had like something to say. What were you gonna say?
I have nothing to say.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say something,
They
but
pretty much went through it. I mean, the only way it's gonna be bullying if like they're not both on the same level.
The difference is malicious intent. I'll put
Yeah.
it that way. What
I mean,
you intend to happen.
if you're looking for somebody and you both are good, you know, good as in yes, I'm looking for somebody. Yes, we'll be good. Then it's not bullying.
What did you just say?
She said big words, like malicious or something like.
Bad intentions, trying to be
And maybe
hurtful.
that's the difference between bullying and picking.
Yeah, I mean, you
Bad
don't,
intentions.
you
Yes,
don't
yes.
mean to,
On what you're
but
doing.
you know,
But also
it just
when
happens.
it comes to the picking on and bullying things, you never know the way the person that you're picking on and the person that you're bullying is going to take it. Whether you have we're not gonna know if somebody's like, somebody I don't know is like, hey, says something derogatory, I'm not gonna know if they're joking or if they're being serious, So you just have to think about what other people are gonna think about what you say.
and don't have bad intentions. Now, this kind of leads up to our next question, which we kind of touched on a little bit before. Our next question comes from our Twitter page. It comes from Heather, and her Twitter name is Buzzy09. Heather asks, does a parent's behavior create a bully? Which we already touched on already, but does their behavior at home make their child become a bully?
Oh yes, man. I can literally say that.
It's
man.
a huge factor, but sometimes it's not a parent's fault for what a child does because your parent can raise you to be someone different from who you actually turned out to be, and you can act completely different at home and around everyone else than you do around that one person at school that you like to trip or something. It's just
Right, but you, like me personally, and like I keep going for me to examples, and I'm sorry, but I believe in certain things because my parents believe in certain things, and I do things because my parents do certain things. So, if your parents are telling you it's okay to be mean to others, or if your parents are mean to you and you think that's okay and you think that that's the way it should be, then that's what you're going to do. But at the same time, you could be bullied and then completely want to turn the other cheek and not be like that at all.
Okay. And now, real quick, before we end the show today, I want to ask you guys personal questions. Again, they're straight up. Brandon, real quick, tell us, have you ever been bullied and how did you overcome it, if you have?
Oh man, dude, I've been bullied a whole lot. But I gotta tell you, the main reason how I got of it was I just stopped taking it. I just had to stick up for myself and just, tell them I ain't feeling it no more.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, Jill.
just can't do it.
It was more of a cyberbullying thing. I had this boyfriend, and this girl that he was friends with before we started dating was being really mean, just to like comments on our Facebook conversations and all this stuff, and I just ignored it, and she just went away. It was one of those things where however cliche that is, you just ignore it and it goes away, and it really did, because I wasn't gonna give her the satisfaction to know that she hurt my feelings.
Good job. Christine.
Okay, from 4th grade to my junior year in high school, I was ostracized. So it wasn't a matter of being bullied. It means everybody made a joint decision all at the same time on the same day to never talk to Christina ever again. And so I literally, from 4th grade to I transferred high schools, had no one to talk to. No one talked to me
And
at
how did you
all.
overcome
I would
it?
talk to you.
You don't. You don't. It still sucks, but you don't let it hold you back from anything. And it shaped me in a way I believe I'm a better person because the people that ignored me all are now not necessarily at where I am in life.
Okay.
But,
Well, trust me, we love you. All right, finish.
I mean, I think everybody really at one point or another has been bullied or picked on at some point. The biggest thing is if you overcome it, does it make you a better person? And the thing is, it doesn't matter. Things get better after school, after high school, even on to college. Things get better. Your life gets better. And you become a better person because of all this.
A bottom always have a top.
And I want to thank you guys for being who you are, being strong-minded, being great panelists, because that's all the time we have today. This episode of Straight Up. Now, if you guys out there have any questions about bullying or whatever we're talking about, we'll let you know. Either send us a video or write to us on our Twitter or Facebook page at Straight Up. We'll catch you guys next time. Until then, make sure you stay
Straight up!
In today's show, we talk about something that unfortunately happens daily in our country, and that's bullying.
Now let's face it, some of us, or maybe even all of us, have experienced some form of bullying.
Those of us that can need to watch out for those that cannot just shrug it off.
So we challenge you today here Straight Up to daily make a new friend, share a smile, and most important, stop the bullying.